are you? How is it going? I hope it's going well. Today I'm going to be in the gym. I'm not necessarily going to be actually working out. I'm just going to be doing some of the things that I do before I start my workout.
The very first things I do when I get to the gym is grab a TheraBand and a mat. And then I grab one 20-pound dumbbell and two 5-pound dumbbells. And then I go and get the cleaner and clean my mat and start my very first warm-up. First, I start working on my calf muscles by doing some releves. I do about 30 of these in parallel, and then I do 10 on each leg.
Alright, so I call this a conditioning before workout because it's conditioning your body before you handle anything else in the gym. It makes sure that your muscles are warmed up before you pull anything. And I'm not an expert in anything like that, so I'm pretty much just going to talk to you about what I do when I do my conditioning before my workouts. Once I finish my releves, I do a plank for a minute. Plank isn't as easy as most people make it look like it is. Usually when they do it, they put their butts up in the air and they make it look like they're doing the bridge, which isn't the right way to hold the plank. So you want to keep your body parallel with the ground and keep your entire body at the same level. And you just want to hold it, engage your core, and breathe in and out.
Alright, so I do about 80 crunches facing up, and then I do 20 crunches on each side of my body. Be sure that when you're doing crunches, you want to keep your elbows out to the side and not in front of you. And you also want to keep your lower back flat to the ground as much as possible. Usually when I do my side crunches, I always try and touch my elbow to my butt just so that I'm consistent in what I'm doing. Alright, as you will see in my conditioning things that I do in this video, I use my TheraBand for bridges. So I do 30 slow poses on both legs, and then I do 10 slow poses on both my right and my left leg. Once I finish, I do 10 fast poses on both legs as well. So there are two ways that I do this section of my conditioning routine. Some days I do 40 of the butt lifts, and then on other days I do 40 of the heel kicks. And then once I do those, I do 40 slow fire hydrants and then 20 fast ones. Sometimes when I am doing this section of my routine, I try and challenge myself by going on my forearm instead of staying up on my arm the whole time. If you are attempting to do this section as well, you can try and challenge yourself and see which way works for you. But also keep in mind, when I first started doing this, I couldn't feel anything in my glutes, and so I asked the physical trainer why this was, and he said, first of all, it's not all about the height of the leg. You want to keep resistance and control the muscle. For clams, I do 40 slow ones, and then I do 20 poses, and then I turn around and do 40 slow ones and 20 poses on the other side of my body. As you can see, when I do my clams, I touch my heels in the back and I touch my knee in the front. It's just to make sure that I'm doing the same thing on both sides of my body.
Alright, moving on to the usage of the dumbbell. So I use the 20-pound dumbbell and I do 20 squats using the 20-pound dumbbell. And then once I'm done doing the 20 squats, I do 20 of the bicep curls with the dumbbells. The muscle that I'm working on in this section of my routine is called the coracobrachialis. It's a muscle that's over by the armpit, and its job is to flex and abduct the arm. So I do about 40 coracobrachialis curls, and then I put the dumbbell behind me and I do 40 tricep curls. This is the most challenging section of my conditioning because I have to keep my balance on one hand and one leg while doing 20 side kicks on both sides of my body. I guess the easier way to do this is to lay down on the mat and continue to do the side kicks. Alright, yay! That sums up my conditioning routine. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really can't wait to start my actual workouts. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button.